What up, though?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Everybody like we just woke up.
Pretty much.
Wake up, though. No, I'm just playing.
Wake up, dude.
You know what it is, your boy. It's your boy Bandit. Episode 49. Detroit, what up, though? We hit some of the hottest topics in Detroit sports. I'm gonna introduce y'all who I got in the building today, starting with to my left. All ball.
Hey, I'm Chris, aka Papa. Not everybody calls me that. You can find me on Twitter at Crazy Hockey Fan, and you can find me on Instagram at OnePrideNation_24.
Mr. Michigan himself.
Catch me out, Riggs 928 on X.
All right, let's get into some sports talk. Let's talk about the Tigers, man. End of the 11-game losing streak. Chris, what went different in this game than the past games?
Luck. No, they did get a once in a lifetime, a once this year in a lifetime good outing by Jack Flaherty or Flaherty. He pitched really well all the way through the sixth inning. We got hitting in bunches at the end. That's because we got into the Toronto's bullpen. So we ended up doing well at the end, but what happened the first 7 innings, hopefully this sparks them to start hitting better. So, but I'll leave Rich to his thoughts.
Rich, same question.
It was almost a must win, man. And you love to see, the 10 runs. Like, sometimes that's just what a team needs, right? You just need that outburst. It got a little scary there, Chris. You and I were talking in the 9th inning.
Well, they tried Luke Jackson. He's a new guy, so that was a bad. I'm not going to say it's a failed experiment, but that was rough.
But that's what he is, man. He is so inconsistent if you look at his career.
Yeah,
like he's got the stuff. He's inconsistent. He's wild.
Yeah.
He's had a couple good years, but he struck 100 batters out in the majors before out of relief. But overall, he's got more of a track record of being wild. It was good to see Torres. He had 4 RBIs. I thought Dingler called a great game, Chris, and they were kind of pointing out to it after how he realized that they were sitting on Jack's off-speed stuff with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Switched it to the heater. His heater got as high as 96. Now, that's the Jack we know.
Yeah.
But 106 pitches, and we just talked about that on the baseball show, right? Like, that don't happen often.
Yep.
Yes, Scooble gave you a good outing yesterday, and you squander it, but you needed, the guy stepped up. You needed a good outing, and
yep.
I just thought it was a good win, man. Especially for losing, and so hopefully it gets them going, man.
Yeah, I hope it does too. I hope this is a spur. We'll see. What's their next team that they play is what is it, the Baltimore, right? I think Baltimore's next up.
No, we got Arizona.
Oh, that's right, the Diamondbacks. That's right.
Guess who we got tomorrow?
Can only imagine.
Erod.
Yeah, I could have figured it was. He's not the same Erod though.
No, he's been god awful. Oh, watch, he'll throw a 2-hit complete shutout.
Yeah, because you know how that goes. We play against a guy that's like his ERA is like, if his ERA is better than are worse than like 4.0, he's got a chance to shut us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not good on the season. He's 3-6, 5.5 ERA, dude. That means he has a chance.
Sadly.
Yeah, they got some good players. I don't think Corbin Carroll is playing though. I think he's hurt, but I could be wrong. But we'll be able to see Suarez. Be able to see Suarez. So maybe.
Are we? They're coming to Detroit, ain't they?
Yeah, they are. He may
Don't let him out. Don't let him out, Chris.
He may not leave. He may not leave. No, he may not leave.
Hey, you just tell him to go ahead and pack your bags. You're staying, buddy.
Just walk into the dressing room and say, "Here's the Tigers jersey." That would be nice, though, if he got traded during this time frame. I mean, this would be the best time to talk, because you're right here.
Hey, I wanted to bring up something else. I was watching the game. He don't steal bases like he used to. I mean, he was never Ricky Henderson, but, I mean, he could steal you some bags. But, man, is Javi not, like, really good at stealing third? Like, that's all he ever steals anymore.
I think he's just smart. He knows when to take off at the right time to steal a base. And that's the thing. Like, you don't have to be fast to steal a base. You just have to have good timing.
Yeah.
You gotta
because you see it the other way too, Chris. Guys who are fast, but they can't steal worth a lick.
Yeah, because they don't know when to take off. They don't know when to get a lead, and they don't know how to arrive at the bag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stealing bases is really an art.
It is. Because if you've got speed and you know when to take off and you know how to slide into the base, that's a formula for freaking like wrecking a defense's stuff.
Yeah, and knowing what pitch to go on. I mean, there's a bunch of different, factors in a successful stolen base.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, it was good to see. It was good to see it, man.
Yeah. Do.
I'm having lagging issues over here on this end, so I'm gonna give y'all the next topic. I'm gonna restart my computer real quick.
Okay.
Next topic is this. Can I click on it?
Yeah, you got it. It's up here. Alex Anzalone, a top 10 linebacker.
Chris, take the next topic real quick. I gotta restart my computer.
Okay, cool. Rich, do you think Alex Anzalone is a top 10 linebacker?
Maybe at the lower end of that top 10. I definitely think he's a solid piece, but he's also going on the wrong side of 30 too. And I have a feeling this is his last year in Detroit. It's already been said by coaches.
Mm-hmm.
This is now Jack Daniels.
Somebody needs a refreshment.
This is now Jack Campbell's defense.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of see that played out in contract too, right? Like, but it is what it is. I'll never hate on the guy. He came here when time was rough. He turned himself into, serviceable. He made himself a good linebacker at the end of his career, right? Like, I'm not saying he's gonna, you know what I mean, Chris? Like,
yeah,
he was not the guy now that he is now that in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know,
NFL on NFL.com as of 25 July, so 2 days ago, they actually ranked top linebackers, and Anzalone is 6th, and they actually have an honorable mention just outside the top 10 for Jack Campbell. So
who's behind Alex?
Who's behind Alex? Give me a second. Zach Bond, Nick Bolton, Denzel Perryman, and I hate when that crap happens. It does it once every show now. It just I get kicked off. It just kicks off. Luckily, I have a restore. Like it's a little link I can kick. It restores all my windows. But yeah, so the 10th guy is Frank Lavu from Washington Commanders. So those are the guys right after Anzalone.
So I like that, and I think those guys possibly could be better, but those guys are only had like one good year. Alex has stacked up a couple, so I like that because a lot of times a guy will have 3 or 4 years stacked, Chris, but another guy has a monster year. All of a sudden now he's the GOAT. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, Zach Bond plays for Philly, so they've already got a vaunted defense. So that just makes him look better. That doesn't mean he is necessary. I'd have to look at his past few years to see if he's gotten better over time or not.
It might not be a coincidence either. Guess where he came from?
Actually, I don't know. You know better.
New Orleans.
Because they had a good defense a few years ago. They had a really good defense.
I know, but I'm saying, like, maybe for whatever reason they couldn't crack it. Maybe it's not their type. You know what I mean? Like, both guys left New Orleans and they became solid players.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's different factors into why a guy might not succeed.
Certain systems don't work for certain guys at certain times. You have to mature. You have to make sure the scheme fits. If the scheme doesn't fit the way you're working, they're not using you properly. And that goes with a lot of positions. A lot of positions in football, if you're not used properly, it's a here or there.
Oh yeah. That's always my argument. Like, you can't. That's why I judge a coach on how he pertains his systems and to the guys around him, not making the guys around him play his way, right? Like, if I coach Tom Brady my whole career and, like, this is how I run my offense, well, I can't go coach Lamar Jackson, expect him to do the same thing, or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can't expect Tom Brady to run a Lamar Jackson offense. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're vastly different offenses. They're because one doesn't work with the other. Most of your offenses in football fit to or cater to the quarterback. Not everyone, but most of them cater to the quarterback and how they work. So it works better that way.
And that's why most of the time you'll see these teams, the backup quarterback is similar to the starter.
Because it would make no sense for Lamar Jackson to have a pocket passer as a backup. It would make no sense whatsoever.
Or a pocket passer to have a dual threat quarterback.
Mm-hmm. We've already talked about the top 10 linebacker.
Man, it's about to storm.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Imagine that.
In Tennessee, of all places.
I'm having an air issue. I'm so laggy behind y'all. I don't know why.
Let me look.
It's that Ohio.
Oh, you're. Oh, I see Nashville. Now I'm looking at the storm in Nashville. Are you still in the same place? Are you closer to like Cookville?
I'm in Cookville now.
Yeah, because it's like I'm looking at it's getting ready to just about ready to go over top of you, and it's thundering and lightning. I can see the lightning flashing on the storm.
That's exactly where I'm at, Cookville.
Yep. So good luck. It's a short one. It's a short one though. It's not a long one. So it'll probably be about 35, 40 minutes and it'll be gone. And then there's a little one behind it, about 25 minutes behind it. So there'll be another little one too.
Doppler Chris, you missed your calling.
It's not too hard when you have a system that you can use. The modern technology that you can do. You can try. I even have a thing that's called Windy, and it tracks the jet streams as well. So not that I care, just that I have it. I'm glad I don't live in I'm glad I don't live in Kentucky anymore. Holy smokes, they're getting nailed by a storm. But anyways, I know the other topic that he has too. So the next topic, hey Bandit, are you gonna go over the this one? Oh
yeah, that was Angeloni's being named in the top 10.
Yeah, I saw. That's what we were talking about. I was talking about the NFL.com. They had Anzalone 6, and honorable mention was Jack Campbell. Actually, he was honorable mention. So Jack Campbell's just outside the top 10 in the opinion of the NFL.
That don't help with his contract negotiation.
That's what we were talking about. I think this is his last year in Detroit.
Yeah, you probably. I mean, especially if he wants. It depends on what size contract he wants. I mean, at his age, how much can he really ask for? Do you think somebody's going to take him that needs a good linebacker that will be willing to pay him above what you'd think he'd be worth,
Well, I mean, it's, unfortunately,
like this guy said, New York Giants.
Unfortunately, this is how sports go, right? You're a veteran and you train your replacement.
Yep.
He coached up, he trained, Jack Campbell. It's been in the works for a couple years, right? Practicing with the green dot, all that. All of a sudden, now, coaches tell Jack Campbell, "This is your defense." Oh, it just so happens that, what's his name? Shepard has worked with Jack Campbell Jack Campbell's whole career so far. So there you go. So it's his defense now. And he's going to need to get paid. That's where the money's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get those times when, and we're getting to those points now where we got good players that are.
Yeah.
There's a point in contract talks or your players where you're going to go, they're still good, but we're going to have to let you go and test the free agent market. You're going to have to leave because we have other people to pay, and we should be, like you said, we should be already have a replacement. That should always be in the works. Do you think, when Amon-Ra is done with his contract, or when we get closer to the end of his contract, if he's over 30 or he's in his mid-30s, he might move on to another team. Who knows? And like we'll already have a new guy by that point. Like you have to recycle your players. You give them the contract because you drafted them, let them play out their career, and when they get to a certain point, they test the free agent market, they leave, and you already have their replacement in place. And it's just recycle and repeat. You just keep doing that, and that's how you stay
good. GM.
You have to stay good. I think Bill Belichick did the best thing when he recycled certain players. Like when they were just a bit over the hill and on their decline, he would trade them, or they would get released, or they would go to another team. Because by that time he is drafting another player. I like that. That is what you're supposed to do. That way you don't get hurt by the contracts and you keep fresh blood going.
Absolutely.
Are you better now, Bandit?
I'm trying to work out the bugs. Slow on this, I don't know what's going on. I've got family in out of town, so
I don't like bugs. Like bugs. No bugs.
No,
I think it's crazy. At Bobby Wagner's age, he's still the number one.
Yeah. But he might be one of those guys that like if you there's certain guys that in the history that they're just they're one-on-ones. They're as long as they keep to eating right and working out properly, they'll always be really good. But there might be a year where he just falls off a cliff, and then he's not good anymore. But he might be one of those one-on-ones where he's still going to be good. He may lose a step. He'll get to a point where it's just like time for him to leave the league. But you get those guys, man. Some of those guys can just last forever. All right. So let's move on to the next topic.
Peter. All right. I don't know everything, but next topic, man.
I got it up. I had it up.
Excuse the technical difficulties tonight, y'all.
All right, so the next topic, y'all, is Calvin Shepard says Terrion Arnold took a huge leap. What do you think? I mean, it's just training camp. What? How do you feel about that? Like, do you think that's true, or is this just training camp talk?
I mean, no, I think it's true. I mean, I think one thing we know with this team and this staff is they don't fill you with bullshit.
Nope, they are very transparent. That's for sure.
You know the wording, you know the language, right? Like the JMO, we have watched JMO's language to. Where he is now. Now, in saying that, they don't badmouth their players, but they're not going to give you a gold star if you're not gold star worthy.
Exactly.
So, and obviously, they're well respected and liked by the players. So. I think it is. And like I was thinking this the other day, Chris, the best thing about when you have good to great players on both sides of the ball, it literally is iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
It's not like Hutchinson's going against you. It's not like, Terrion Arnold's going against me. No, he's going against all pros. And, JMO and, stuff like so. I mean, these guys are getting good reps, you know. And I know it's not other players or not other teams, but they're getting good practice in one-on-ones and stuff like that. So I think that's beneficial, you know. So I like it. I was never in the Terry and Arnold hate last year. You know, I thought because everyone develops at a different pace, right? Yeah. Hey,
corners are the hardest.
I've seen players who had a good first year, and then you never hear about them ever again in their career.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yep.
You know,
yeah, absolutely, yeah. I just want to. My biggest knock on Terry and Arnold is he didn't turn his head around enough. So hopefully he's gotten into that. Maybe he's gotten about a little bit cleaner on the grabbing and tugging too early and stuff like that. Maybe he can disguise it a lot better this year. You know, like that was his biggest knack, was not turning his head around to look for the ball and like playing physical. And it's his game, but just maybe disguising it better.
I think one of the key things that maybe will clean that up is when Shep said he's, you know, recognizing routes. He's recognizing what guys like to do.
Yep.
So now that's when the game slows down for you, right?
Yeah.
We hear that as fans in all sports, right? The game slows down. When the game slows down, that's when you take the next leap.
Yep. Because things aren't in your brain when you first come to the league. More often than not, everything's moving 90 miles an hour and it's not because it's truly moving 90 miles an hour. It's just your brain cannot translate what you're watching fast enough to like you see all this stuff moving, and it's like a newborn baby just look at all the pretty lights. Like you're just you don't recognize what all those pretty lights are. And then as it slows down, it's because that guy moved back a little bit, which means he's probably going to defend deep versus coming up on the play. That's how a quarterback would see something there. Or, hey, the guy is moving in a little bit, which means his route might be a sideline pass or something like that. So, yeah, I mean,
that's like, you know, the same thing. Like what you said, it's just reverse. It's not the game got any slower. It's just you recognize and you pick up, you know, techniques and all this stuff. You just see it better. Yep. You know, your brain processes it. So the game is still the same speed.
Yep.
It's just now you're reading it different. And so, man, I was like, it's not like he had a horrible year last year. He had them ups and downs. That's all. Yep. Like,
I mean, we'll see how he is this year. Like we said on the baseball show yesterday. Everybody in all of sports, they have talent. It's just at what level do you peak at your talent that's available, and how long does it take for you to arrive at the talent you have? And obviously, corner is a very tough position. I mean, it's up there with quarterback in terms of like trying to, because you've got to know all of the defensive schemes. You're playing against most guys number 1 or number 2 wide receiver that sometimes, I mean, the receiver knows the route that he's going to run. You don't know it as a corner. You have to learn how to figure out what route the guy that you're covering is going to run. It's difficult, and it takes years and years of training to do that. Darius Slay was a perfect example, man. Dude was a piece of shit his rookie year. And he
got benched.
Yeah, it took him a while. It took him a while to catch on. That's just the way it goes. Corners are tough. It's a tough position to play. And most of your corners are converted wide receivers too, ones that could never catch the ball. Most of those guys converted into corners, and it takes a lot. It's rough.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah, I like where him and I don't doubt him, right? It's like different than like Okuda, right? Like you just kind of, even if a guy struggles, you can see kind of what you think they're gonna be. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not saying he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's not, but I think he's gonna be a solid player in this league. He just, you know, he has some things to clean up, and that's okay. Like,
I almost always, with the exception maybe running backs, I almost give every player in every position 3 years, because your first year can be great, and then they know you, and then your second year sucks, and then that third year will be the defining year that, like, okay, you've had one good year, one bad year. This third year is traditionally what you're going to be from here on out. It goes the same way with having a bad year than having a good year. What's that third year? Were you as good as you were the previous year, or is your real potential that first year that was terrible? You know, like that third year usually gravitates to what you could be from here on out. You know, so whatever he does this coming year, hopefully it's good.
Well, it's also tough for a rookie coming in to a good team, and you're asked to play meaningful to starting role.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, you know, top 10, 15 pick where you're going to a shitty team and no matter what you do, it's not really going to matter, right? Because you're going to a shitty, you're going into a rebuild or whatever. You know, you're coming in to a team that lost in the NFC Championship game, got Super Bowl aspirations. Oh, by the way, you're starting.
Yeah. Not to mention, and also, by the way, you've had 19 injuries on your defensive line that can't help you out now. You know, like,
well, not just that, your front seven, period.
Yeah.
You know,
and all aspects of the game, all aspects of the defense help each other out. If you've got if you've got a good pass rush, it helps the corners out. If your corners can cover, it helps out the pass rush. It gives them more time to get to the quarterback, and vice versa. If you get to the quarterback fast enough, then that means he's got to throw the ball downfield. And it helps out the corners, because then the corners don't have to cover as aggressively. They can be a little bit more lackadaisical at the corner position and cheat a little bit. And the linebackers, if they help with pressure and in coverage, like every part of the defense helps one another out that much more. So, yeah.
Right. You know, and same corners. You help your pass rush if you make the receivers work and not just get them. They get open as soon as they come off the line of scrimmage, you know.
Yep.
Like,
you got to be able to jam. You got to be able to jam them at the line.
Because you can dink and dunk your way down the field. I don't give a damn if it's 5 yards or 50 yards. As long as I keep making positive yards, I'm gonna get down there eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Amon Ra, man, 5, first down, 5, first down. Like it doesn't really matter how you do it. It doesn't matter how you. I mean, I'd rather 5 and 6 yard it all the way down the field. It eats up time on the clock, and you still get a touchdown. You know, like I'd rather do that than freaking a 50-yard run. Although they are exciting, a 50-yard run, a 30-yard pass, and you're in the end zone. Like, oh, you ate up like 3 seconds on the clock. You know. But let's see what this next topic is. So I had to look it up, but happy birthday to the city of Detroit. They are 324 years old. Man, it makes me feel young. That is crazy. 1701 was founded July 24, 1701 by Antonio D. Lamoth Cadillac. Woo. That's crazy. Yeah. 324 years old.
Happy birthday to the city.
There's very few fish in the ocean that have been around that long, let alone anything else.
Yeah, and that city, it's been through a lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of ups and downs.
Man, Detroit's been through
sports, economics, politics, you name it. We've experienced it.
Sorry, I was texting Sky. He just responded. No, I was asking him which game was he at, and he's like, which one? And I'm like, the one you like play with your semi-pro game. Like he plays like semi-pro or coaches it or whatever. Okay, here's a topic. The Lions now have one roster spot available. I didn't even know they had one roster spot available. I thought they were plenty open. I don't know what you'd give it to, whichever. Man, I'd almost want to keep one roster spot open just to pick up a guy if we need him for a backup, but I don't know where we're lacking in position.
Well, if you read the tea leaves, they brought in that Kazir White. There's been rumors that they've had conversations internally, externally, I don't know, about Judon. So.
Oh, that's right. Matthew Judon. Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. I know this fan base wants Zadarius Smith, but for whatever reason, and, Dan was asked about it, and he danced right over it.
What a surprise. What a surprise.
Yeah, he didn't even acknowledge it. So, and whatever the reason is, who knows? But, I mean, you never know. But, there's you never know what they're going to want. You know what I'm saying? It's still, but I'm like kind of like you because you never know what can happen, what will happen. It's not a bad not a bad thing to have, a roster spot open. That way you don't have to get rid of nobody.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't like. I'd have to look at who is. I'd have to look at where we're like we don't have a lot of backup or depth at. That's probably where I try to fill it, unless there's really just no legitimate dude to fill it. Well, you just don't want to fill it with just a body. I mean.
Well, that's what's out there is the information I'm giving. Maybe a veteran lineman.
Maybe
a sheriff. Maybe I've heard that maybe they're the backup offensive tackles, Skipper, Jones, and Manu. They're not looking too impressive. Maybe that's what you go. So, you got two rookies that are going to be starting, at the guard spot. Maybe that's something you want to do. So I think there's some options, and knowing this staff, they're probably keeping them options open.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I'd agree there. It's funny because Matthew Judon and Zadarius Smith are similar in age and similar in what they did. Judon played all 17 games. Wait, does he 15 or 17? Yeah, he played all 17 games last year, and he started 15 of them for Atlanta. So, I mean, it looks like it could be something worth looking at. I mean, I'm not opposed to having another line guy or a defensive guy, another pass rusher or whatnot. We need anybody we can get, to be honest with you. So that's it on the topics. However, I would like to talk about what I just had it too, but I had a good one. So I hate that. Hate being ADHD.
There's a couple I can think of.
Go ahead, shoot.
Um, so you want to talk wide receiver or you want to talk offensive line?
Wide receiver. I know where you're going with this.
I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I was trying to say a way that you could get my drift.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, speak. I know who you're going to talk about too.
You want to talk wide receiver?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So the first week of camp, Tesla, I know we've heard it before, but he was drafted 4th overall. Man, I don't know. Is the kid is athletic, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't realize he had the jump ball ability.
Yeah. On his draft buzz, because that's the scouting unit or the scouting website I use. It's called Draft Buzz. I like him because they get really in depth on what they talk about. He has 50-50 ball capabilities, and that was what I liked. So when we got him, we selected him. I'm like, cool. I got my X. Woohoo! I was happy.
I mean, he's being on this team, you get to work with an all-pro and Amon-Ra. You get to work with J-Mo. You get to work with Tim Patrick, who, in all intents and purposes, he was great last year. Did everything that was asked out of him, right? Like, we used him as a blocker, go make a play here and there. Like, he was a great, great for what he does. You can't. That's what I got so frustrated with this team, with this fan base is they just want, freaking all-stars everywhere. Like, you got to have some players that just play their role. I mean, I just seen a thing with Laporte today. He's like, it's a mom with 7 or 8 kids. You got to keep everybody fed. You got to keep everybody happy. Like we got so much. You don't need another high volume guy. You need a guy that is gonna do the little things. Get a catch when you need it, make a play when you need it, when you're open. Block. Like, that's what we need. We don't need another big time guy.
Yeah.
And as a guy who, you're the, 8th, 9th, you're going to get your opportunity. Tim Patrick had a game with 2 touchdowns. Like, hey, if that's the thing about golf. He spreads it out. So I'm liking what I'm seeing of the kid. I also like this J-Mo. This is not a J-Mo we're used to seeing. Like, you can tell he's really getting comfortable. And I know for you, whatever. I think he's an introvert, Chris. And it takes him time to get comfortable. But I loved that him and he was working out with golf this offseason with Amon-Ra and Patrick. I love that Johnny Moe is giving him more routes. Sounds like Ben Johnson might have been holding him back a little bit, which I don't think that surprises any of us. So I really like that wide receiver room.
Yep, I do too. I absolutely do. And I mean, with some of the film that I've seen with our wide receiver room, especially the rookie, he's looking really good right now. I mean, he's going to have his ups and downs. He's going to have bad games. He's going to have good games just like anybody else. But it's good. We may have gotten another steal, late round steal. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Definitely.
I mean, Brad is averaging a steal a draft.
I mean, hey, anything after the 3rd round, man, unless it's something like crazy, it's a steal. especially with the offensive positions. But yeah, we'll see.
Hey, that Lovett, there's been some good things about him.
Yep.
I think that's Khalif Raymond's replacement.
Yeah, it might be. It might be the.
I wouldn't be surprised if Khalif was let go this in cuts. I know they really like him, and you know how it is when they really like a guy.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's hard for them to let him go. And even the fan base, like if all of a sudden Leaf leaves and Lovett's his replacement, people are like, why they let him go? Oh my God, he's such a good kick returner. But you don't know what you got in a guy that's a new fresh face. You know, hasn't been beat up. You know, he's new. You don't know what you got in him. You never know.
I mean, I will always, have love for Anzalone and Leaf because they are one of the originators, right? Like they started when this whole turnaround happened, the rebuild.
Yep.
They've been here the whole time. They've seen the good, they've seen the bad, they've seen the awful.
Yep.
So but all good things come to an end.
Yeah, that's true. Do you see where some guy posted? He said that he's tired. Like Penei Sewell kept allowing freaking Hutch to get around him and everything like that. And he said he needs to do better. And I was like, you do realize that that's just Hutch doing good. Like he's getting around. That doesn't mean Penei Sewell's not trying. It's not like he's out there just letting him get by him.
You're like, it's not like he's that guy that we just drafted in the 5th round, right? He's not like he's getting burned by him. You're getting burned by an All-Pro, a number 2 overall pick.
Yeah, Hutch. I think Hutch has got a lot of motor for this year. I think they're really going to have to calm him down because he was so close last year. He could taste it. And so I think he's just going to be so revved up. Somebody's going to keep him in check. He's going to be like, they're going to have to be like, hey, I got it. We need to rest you. Slow down. We got to save you for the season.
I think it's, I'm not surprised. I laughed when, opposing fan bases and even some of ours, he's going to be out half the year. He's going to be out 3 weeks. I said, no, he's going to be ready. Like this ain't but I did find it interesting when they interviewed him and he said, remember, I had a big injury in college and I came back and had the best year of my college career.
Yeah.
He said, but I'm also going to know it ain't going to happen again. I got to thinking, I wonder if I almost took it as like he's saying if he gets injured again, he might not.
Continue?
Yeah. And that happens, right? That's where when you listen to these guys, these veterans and these great players, like that's usually what it comes down to, Chris. It's not the games, it's the preparation that they just, the dedication that they just don't want to do no more.
For contract purposes, he's got to keep it on the down low though, because you know how that works. If I get injured again, I just may be done. Well, you that could happen this year. Like you got to be careful with what you talk about. You got a contract that's going to be coming up here. You're going to want to get paid. Now, if you get a discount, cool. I mean, I'm all for that, but
they need to go and make that happen though.
Yeah, they do. They will. They got a few things to think about. That's for sure.
I liked how he and the Lions shared where he went in with the bull rush on Sewell. Sewell got him, and then he's like, "Next time I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do the spin, and I'm gonna dip." He said, "I'm gonna get it." Sure enough, what'd he do? bam, he got it. And he said, I told you it was going to work.
I think that's the one I was just watching a few minutes ago, and I was looking at one-on-ones from the camp. Yeah, I think this was the Hutch one. Let me just see it real quick here.
That's a nice move, Chris.
Here, let me put this on because I think this is the one you were talking about. Is it? Let's see real quick. Is this the one you were talking about? Right here. Oh, not that one. Sorry, not that one.
That's Davenport.
This one right here. There's Hutch. See, he spun around him. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yes, he spun and then he dipped.
Yeah. That's a hold.
He called the shot. He did the
Salah. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That was good. Raymond Roberts.
Man, Amik was on him like flies on shit.
Yeah. That was the only. Oh, you see that? He grabbed his helmet, I think, though. Or his face mask. Tulsa. Easy. Nice follow out of bounds. That was cool. Yeah, so those were some that was good. That was some good stuff right there.
But yeah, it's I look for a good year from Hutch. I'm not surprised where he's at. Glad he's ready for camp. And it was funny, like all the videos coming, oh my gosh, this guy's washed, he's done. Like, do you guys realize what a damn leg injury is?
Yeah.
Like, it's rehab, it's work, it's dedication. Like, there's peaks and valleys, you know what I'm saying? You got good days, you got bad days. You got days where you can't walk. You got days where it hurts.
Yep.
Then, you know, that's why they put you through all these therapies and rehab. And, you know, it is what it is. Like, you're not, you know, it takes time. It takes time to heal. And that's what the rehab does. It's you're learning to do something.
Yep.
Again.
Yep. And
you're teaching it.
And once again, we hunted this year, so we're going to get everybody's best, and we're playing a tough schedule too. So it's going to be. So if he don't get like 3 sacks in a game, don't. And I used to be a big guy, a proponent to like, I need to see some sacks. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, don't be expecting him out the gate like that. Like we don't play too many easy teams. So,
well, it's like he said it, Dan said it. It's not all about sacks. You're getting pressures. And also, people forget he's really good against the run. Yeah. He is. And if you noticed when he went out, our run defense, especially to the outside, started suffering.
Yep, it did. People started running us a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. So he helps more than just the pass rush.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. I mean, I might go to that preseason game in Atlanta. I'm not sure.
And I think Shep is going to do like I read one where they put Talik Williams and DJ Reader on the outside and had Hutch and Davenport on the inside. That's a nice little wrinkle.
That's what I'm saying. That's why people saying that our weakness is going to be our weakness is going to be the fact that we don't have consistency with our defensive and our offensive coordinators. I think the opposite, though. I think it's going to be harder because everybody knew how Aaron Glenn had the defense and knew how Ben Johnson ran the offense. So now you don't know because you don't know how they're going to scheme anything because they're two different people. I think it's the opposite. I think it's actually going to be harder because you have no idea what offense is going to be given, what offenses are going to prepare, and what defense and pressures they're going to prepare for, and how they're going to scheme it up because they're two totally different people. So,
and I've always said that, like, there's trees out there, right? There's the Belichick tree. There's the Baltimore Ravens tree. Like, they got all these different ones, right?
Uh-huh.
but none of them are the same. They might got the same concept, but like if you look at all the Baltimore Ravens guys, right? Wink Martindale, who is the defensive coordinator currently for the Michigan Wolverines, he was the originator. He runs it different than all of them, Chris, because he uses them concepts, but he uses more pressure.
Yeah,
and disguises and everyone's different.
Yeah, even if you fall from a tree of you're a tree branch of that doesn't mean you're going to run the same system. You just came from that, and you probably have parts of it that seem the same, but they're not always going to be the same. We got two different coordinators. We're going to have two different schemes. People aren't going to know what it is right out the gate.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, even Jared Goff was like, it's the same, but it's different. He said, I'm not going to tell you how it's different.
Yeah.
He said, but, it's similar, but there are some differences. But he said, I'm not going to share with you, which I totally,
I think we're throwing it downfield more this year too. I think Morton's offense is more of a downfield throwing than we had last year. I think.
Yeah, I mean, you have. I also think you're going to see more routes from JMO. You do got him to go deep. You got Laporta can stretch the field. Hell, Amon-Ra every single year. It seems like he adds something to his game.
Yeah.
Like he can do them little 30, 40-yard routes, 20-yard routes.
Yeah.
You got I think Gibbs is going to be more involved in the passing game. So there's different
I think you might see and this is what I've been preaching of since Jahmyr Gibbs came into the league, is putting both running backs on the field at the same time. Like, I don't know why we don't do that, and we should.
I think the biggest difference in John Moe's offense is going to – well, one, it's not too many. The guys who have been here from day one, so Amon-Ra, Hank Fraley, the coach, the offensive line coach, couple of offensive linemen, Decker, Glasgow, Sewell, Goff, Leaf. John Moe was here. He was here from the beginning.
Yep.
And then he left, and because he got a promotion. Now he comes back, gets a bigger promotion. So they've all worked together. So it's not like they don't know him. But I think the biggest difference, I think he's going to utilize his players and their skills more than what Ben Johnson did.
Yeah.
I think Ben Johnson was more, Amon-Ra, what we got out of him,
Look
just
what I
kind of
can do.
Safety nets.
Look what I can do.
Trying to fool everybody. What we always say, right? He always tried to be the smartest man in the room.
Yeah, and on the field too, it seems like.
I mean, you got talent everywhere. So, I mean, there might be games where Laporta is your matchup that you want to exploit.
Yeah.
Next game, it might be JMO.
Yep.
It might be Amon-Ra. It might be the running backs.
And that's the funny thing is because no one person on our team has to have the ball. They don't have to have the ball. They don't scream for the ball. They just accept what they get.
That's like us when we played Buffalo, right? They exposed our linebackers in the passing game.
And once he was able to do that, he was able to run like forever.
Yeah. So, I mean, you had damn third string running back Ty Johnson looking like LT out there.
I know. It was rough. It was rough. But that's the thing. You got to have good linebackers to come up to be able to make those tackles and stuff like that. You got to have good corners to keep the quarterback in the pocket, not to throw the ball you got to have pass rushers that can get there fast enough so he doesn't have time to throw the ball. You need those guys. So hopefully our defensive scheme works well this year.
And it looks like, I brought up offensive line. Looks like Glasgow might be your starting center.
They were rotating them through, both him and the rookie.
But Glasgow has been getting more of late.
Oh, has he? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would think that would be like if they're erring on the side of caution, you definitely go with a veteran in that situation, because at least there you have continuity, and you put the other guy at guard, and hopefully he just kind of learns the ropes.
Well, because I think Glasgow has played good at center in the games that he's had to come in for Ragnar, right? Like,
Yeah.
Glasgow basically been the backup center. He's not a big fan of left guard, but he'll do it. He does whatever the team wants him to.
Yeah.
He did good at, right guard. So, it's kind of like we were talking about Arnold earlier, right? You got Ratledge. You're coming in. You were a second-round pick. But you got a starting position to lose. It's yours to lose. So,
Yep.
But, I'm kind of like you, Golf's already got that repertoire with Glasgow. There's some familiarity. Now, if you want him to be your long-term, because we seen it with Ragnar, right? His first year, remember, because we had Raiola at center. Ragnar played left guard, but taking reps at center and practice and stuff, and then all of a sudden you make that transition. I think it's smooth because, people don't realize, Chris, your center on the offensive line is very important. It's not just hiking the ball. Like, he is the quarterback in the offensive line.
Yeah, he's the messenger. He's the one that dictates a lot, because there's a lot of time he's got to pull. He's got to get up and get out to the edge to make a block on a pull.
He's got to call coverages. There's a lot of things that, blocking. Like, he's got to pick up blitzers. Like, there's a lot of things that a center does that people don't realize.
Yep.
So, and like Lions, they're like trying to win the Super Bowl. So we ain't got time to play games.
Nope, we do not have time to play games. We're in our proverbial window. However long it lasts, it's great, but we need to try.
So he still could be the center of the future. Like, I'm not saying his center career is over before it started.
Oh, no. I mean, Ratledge is definitely. I mean, he's probably supposed to be, in their vision, the center of the future. So, however long that takes to develop, I'm sure sooner better than later is always good, but it might take him a year or two.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, you see it a lot. Hell, Philadelphia did that, right? What was it, Dickerson?
I think so. What was
then when Kelsey left, bam, now you got your center, right? Like, so it's not uncommon in the NFL for them, kind of like what we were talking about Jack and Anzalone earlier, right? You're always training your replacement.
Oh my gosh. Holy smokes.
Oh,
Thanks, Detroit Sparks Talk. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I might have to look that up. I don't have anything across my ESPN right now, but let me check that out. Our whole group chat will blow up if that's the case. Oh, Mike is on with DaeDae talking sports right now with Lee and Mo.
I don't see Rappaport. He hasn't put it on his Twitter yet.
Yeah, that would be crazy if he was. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice and pleasant surprise.
Whoa, that would come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Kinda.
It would be nice, though. It would be nice as long as it's not the. There is a rap report that's a fake rap report, though. I will tell you that. I've seen it before.
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing. I'm looking on my Twitter feed. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. But that's okay. It's always nice to hear that. Give us a little pump. Just you never know. But that would be funny if that was the case. I'm not gonna make no calls. I'll wait till I actually see it for sure. Yeah, I don't see it. And I follow a lot of guys on football. I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, I looked at.
So,
I just looked at Schefter. I don't see nothing.
yeah, I don't see anything. But that's okay. I mean, if that is the case, that's cool. If that's really going to happen, that'd be nice. He had 5.5 sacks last year. He played 17 games, and he started 15. So I mean that's a guy that does not get injured. So that's always a plus. But that'd be some nice news to report. Matthew Judon. But thanks for the talk. Anyways, Detroit Sports Talk.
I mean, it's definitely possible, but I just don't see nothing right now.
Yeah, neither do I. All I have is what they were talking about 2 days ago about him talking with the Lions. I'm sure if it happens, we'll know.
Oh,
You should join the team.
what?
Paul Jackson. Hey, if you can play linebacker, that'd be great. Or not linebacker, but edge rusher or something like that. That might be nice. Yep. Trying to see if I see anything else, but I don't see anything, unfortunately.
Bandit must have died out there, huh?
He texted me, said his computer's just not working. That's why I've been going through the titles and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done. We've covered everything we possibly can with Detroit. I mean, do you have anything to talk about the Pistons? Because I watch them, but I'm not a basketball guy.
I mean, there's really nothing. Really been no news, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same with the Red Wings. Nothing new. Just your normal off-season chatter.
Their moves are like the Tigers and their bullpen moves.
Their moves are like our trade deadline moves for the Tigers.
They're not needle movers.
I was back.
They're not needle movers at all.
Oh, he was. So Zach Bond, remember we mentioned him earlier?
Yeah.
At linebacker, this guy was a backup to Van Ginkel and Bond at UW.
Oh.
Still got something in the tank. Hey, you never know, man. You never know. I remember there was a tight end. He ended up playing for Miami. It was about, I want to say it was like 10 years ago. He was a lawyer, and he said, you know what? I want to see if I can actually train to be in the NFL. And so obviously he has a lot of money. And so what he did is he paid a guy. He had to travel to Hawaii, but he went and trained with a guy that's like, and he was tall enough to be a tight end. So he's trained to be a tight end. He was like a 6 foot, like 2, 3, 4 guy, big, kind of thick dude. And he went and trained for like 3 or 4 months and just got completely ripped and got signed by Miami for like a year or two. But he was like a lawyer previously. So you never know, man. You just got to get out there and train, you know? You're not like us old bucks that door closed like respectively like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Well, I think that's it. I think we're done, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe at Detroit Fan Report. Let me see if I can find our little logo thing here. There we go. Subscribe to Detroit Fan Report. We are going to be doing a jersey giveaway. We're already over the 500. We just got to figure out how to include everybody in it and do the random. And once we do that, that'll be we'll do it live so that everybody can see what it looks like. I appreciate it, man. Maybe, man. I've been bored for a while, dude. I get bored too, but I collect like autographs and stuff like that when I'm bored. Like I go to places and get the stuff, as you can see behind me. So that's how I solve my boredom. Plus, I have an 18-year-old daughter getting ready to go to high school or go to college. So she keeps me on my toes all the time, every day. She's always keeping me on my toes, keeping me straight. So I'm good. But hey, you never know, man. Get out there and try. One of our cohorts, Sky, he plays either, I think he plays and he also coaches a semi-pro. He coaches semi-pro ball. So if you're in Michigan, I mean, you never know. We might have to hook him up with you, and you might want to, if you want to play a little bit. But yeah, thanks for the 280 plus people that have been listening and watching us tonight. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Detroit Fan Report. Me and Rich and Mike and Bandit, we do a show on. Normally, this show is on Fridays at 8 or 9 o'clock. We also do Detroit Tigers talk. We did it yesterday. It's called the Central Crown. We do that at 8 o'clock every Saturday. Richard, do they still do basketball on Mondays?
No, there's a NFL show on Tuesdays.
Yep, NFL show on Tuesday. Yep, at 8 o'clock or so. And then we got Tori and Sky. I think they've started talking with the Lions Fan Report on Wednesday, I want to say. So we still do a few shows. So if you guys want to tune in, you just come and join us and do some comments. Tell us we look funny, whatever, just whatever you want to say. Like we'll put up on the board. If you have a question that you want answered or a topic you want to cover, just put it out there, and it'll be a good question for the group. I was just in Detroit. It's been signs telling me to come back. Yep. Yeah. I've thought about coming back to Detroit, probably Flint or Grand Rapids, the Grand Rapids area. But I used to live in I've lived in Detroit. I've lived in Pontiac. I've lived in Brighton. I've lived in Milford. I've lived in a bunch of places. I lived 22 years in Michigan. So I like going back to see family. Not always a fan of staying around. But who knows? You never know. I retire in about a year, so we'll see what I do in a year. Let's see what we have left. Nothing left. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Richard, tell them where they can find you.
On X at Riggs928.
You can find me on X at Crazy Hockey Fan. You can also find me on Instagram at OnePrideNation_24. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And once again, go Lions, go Detroit, go everybody.
Adios, turd nuggets.